That's right, it's time to get motivated. Welcome to another edition of Flow of Wisdom Radio. I'm your host, Sean Anthony. We got Rev Michelle Hopkins who's going to be joining us.
This is Rev Michelle Hopkins.
Yeah, welcome back, Flow of Wisdom Radio. I'm your host, Sean Anthony. This airplane, this Boeing 777, just goes missing with over 200 people on the airplane, 12 members in the crew. It just vanishes. They can't find this plane whatsoever. But how does something that big vanish? We finally got Rev Michelle Hopkins connected, and I want to welcome her back to Flow of Wisdom Radio. Rev Michelle Hopkins, how are you?
Sean, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really, really sorry that we've been having such difficulties getting me on here. It's been a really trying few weeks for me. I've been very, very ill, but thank God we're here today and ready to talk.
Good, yeah. Thank God you are okay. I was getting concerned there, but I understand that, you have some health issues here and there, but, we just hope that, your health is restored. And no weapon formed against us shall prosper, because apparently you and I both, we have a purpose, a destiny, a purpose to fulfill, and that's spreading this message, this gospel, this truth out to the masses. You have a big platform on YouTube. I was saying earlier, over 37,000 subscribers. So every time you post a video, within an hour, you're going to have thousands of views already, immediately, and millions of views overall on your YouTube channel. So you definitely have a huge platform.
We've been hearing these reports about this airplane that went down and nobody knows where it is. They said that there were 2 passengers on it with these stolen passports. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say something that probably no one has ever said. I believe these 2 passengers with stolen passports are a red herring. And the reason I believe that is because 20 of those passengers on that airplane were workers, possibly even engineers, from the U.S. Super Collider in Austin, Texas.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You just dropped a couple of bombs.
Okay. This is a real bombshell, just like you said. But I believe that these 2 passengers with the stolen passports are a red herring. Now, when I say red herring, what I mean is when someone wants you to look elsewhere and focus elsewhere, when underhanded dealings are going on somewhere else, so that you're not focused on the other underhanded dealings going on somewhere else, you're looking at that red herring rather than the spoiled fish in the pots. So there were 20 of those passengers on that airplane, like I said, that were workers, possibly even engineers, from the U.S. Super Collider in Austin, Texas. Now, what that means is this catapults the possibilities of this crash into the space race and space wars that are going on today between the U.S., Russia, and China. Now, this crew either didn't have the time to alert the air traffic control of their emergency, or they were unaware of it. There has been a rash of faulty recalibrations of autopilot altitude meters, their altimeters. And so that when you go too high, when you're trying to land and you're too high on autopilot, which they are required to do a number of times every week, if you're too high, you're not alerted that you're too high and you can crash. If you're going too fast, you're not alerted that you're too fast on autopilot and you can crash. And if you're flying too low and you're losing altitude without knowledge on autopilot, if it's calibrated to do that and you're not alerted that you're doing that, if it was at night on autopilot, this plane could have gone belly down into the ocean without them even knowing there was a problem. It brings up the possibility of a tit-for-tat Russian or Chinese space race attack via TTA, Tesla Tech Array, like a HARP type array, something like that, or an onboard sabotage, an actual sabotage to do in these 20 engineers from the U.S. Super Collider in Austin, Texas. Now, the reason I say that is a Super Collider, okay, they're created so that we can learn how to travel in deep space. They're trying to make wormholes in deep space, and they are making wormholes in deep space. A wormhole is an Einstein bridge that will take you from one place to another place by folding space and cut off much time, okay, so that you can get there. Because if we wanted to go to the nearest planet to ours, it would take us like 128,000 light years to get there. If we were going at the speed of light, which is next to impossible, but if we were going at the speed of light, it would take us 128,000 years just to get to that nearest Earth-like planet. So what they're trying to do is give us a matter-antimatter explosion, which they have done. They have created antimatter in these super colliders, and they are creating matter-antimatter explosion on a small scale. Now, if we can do that in outer space, that is one step further to deep space travel. And Russia and China and we are all involved in that. There are some other nations as well, but those are the big three.
Let me just jump in real quick, Rev Michelle, because you're dropping some heavy information, and this conversation can go a whole nother direction. But what does that have to do with these passengers on the plane? You're saying that some of these people were involved in this technology?
Yes, in our U.S. Super Collider in Austin, Texas, we are on the cutting edge. If we are the first Super Collider to come up with this, America is the first one in this space race to go to use matter-antimatter explosion for propulsion in outer space, which can catapult us into deep space before Russia and China. We are having space wars in space with our satellites, our heliospheric, lunar, and earthbound satellites. With both of these countries and others, we're supposed to be working in tandem together under the auspices of the UN, and we do for the most part. But heaven help the person who gets one up.
Wow. Well, what a way to conclude this time with you, Rev Michelle Hopkins. I definitely appreciate all of your efforts and just continue to do the good work and fight the good fight. So I really appreciate your time, Rev Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me, Sean. God bless you.
You too. Rev Michelle Hopkins, find her on YouTube, subscribe, and check out all of her videos. They're very informative. I'll conclude with this. In James 4:8, it says, "Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." Be encouraged, ladies and gentlemen. Live life, get wisdom, and let it flow. I'm Sean Anthony. This is Flow of Wisdom. Get motivated.
Get motivated.
This is Rev Michelle Hopkins. Thank you for watching and God bless you.
Sing with me and darkness tries to hide, and oh, see my heart break and trembles at His voice. How great is our God.